Hello everyone and welcome to this Playwright Python series. In this particular tutorial, we will learn the difference between sync and async. So let's begin. If you're a beginner to the Playwright, so you might have come across with the two things. One is sync and other is async. Now you need to understand the difference between both of these. And once we have an idea what is sync and what is async, then we will see what is the difference in terms of execution style, coding style, what they are best for, performance, parallel execution, and so on. But before that, we need to understand the difference between sync and async. So let me go to the paint over here. And here, first let's discuss about sync over here. Assume that you are writing a Playwright script and you have a multiple statements or the coding lines. So you have first code line, first code line, then you have written some second code line, and they might be like opening the browser, navigating to google.com or example.com, right? So second code line, and then they have third code line, right? So now here what happens is that in terms of the sync, what will happen? The code will execute step by step, right? So first it will execute this line, okay, and it will this particular second line will wait until this first line will be completed. So it will wait to finish this line, then it will go to this line, right? And similar way, the third line of the code will be executed when this second line get finished completely. So third line will be waiting for this second line to be completed. Now, this is basically a sync approach. And when we talk about async over here, async. So basically, async executes concurrently. Concurrently means that if we take the same example, so let me write again. First, second, and third line of code. So in this case, the second line will not be waiting for the first one, or third line will not be waiting for the second one or the first one to complete or the finish. So they executes concurrently. Okay, so these are basically step by step, right? So step by step execution, and this is basically concurrent execution. Now what is the problem with the sync here? So basically it's blocking the second line from execution because it's executing the first one and waiting for this first line to be executed completely. But in this case, in the second where we are talking about async, so basically they are executing in the concurrent way. Okay. Now, let me open the Excel sheet and let me show you the difference in terms of the execution style, coding style, best for. So different aspects we need to understand over here. Okay. So let's open this one. So when you want to use a sync approach, synchronous approach, you will be using Async API. And when you are using a asynchronous approach, you need to use the Async API. I will show you how to import these ones when you are working with this one. Okay, and the first thing we need to talk about is that the execution style. So execution style, again, we know that it's basically going step by step, right? So what happens is that wait waits for each step to finish before moving further. Okay, because this is the step by step execution, right? Whereas this one is basically can execute multiple actions at the same time. Execute multiple actions at the same time. So this is the execution style. Here, one by one, here, execute multiple actions in at the same time. Now, when we talk about the code style, basically, so in the coding style, here it's a very simple code, step-by-step code. So we don't need to define that it's async, and we also don't need to define await. But in this case, because it's an asynchronous approach, it requires both async and await keywords. So when you're writing the asynchronous script in the Playwright, so you need to use the async and await keywords. Okay, so this is slightly bit more complex, but again, this is very useful in different scenarios. Now, when we talk about what this synchronous approach best for, so this approach is best for the cases for small test scripts, or maybe when you are using a single browser testing. So you might go with this sync approach. Whereas when you have a complex scenarios, parallel task, or real time updates going on, so you should go with the async approach. So here we are talking about multiple browsers, complex scenario, and we are talking about parallel tasks, parallel tasks. So in these kind of situations, you should go with the async. Now, when we talk about parallel execution over here, so parallel execution, so basically not possible because each step runs sequentially. So parallel execution is not possible, right? So not possible. And whereas because this supports the parallel execution already, this is the benefit concurrent request. So obviously possible here, and we can go with the multiple browsers at the same time and perform the application where there are multiple tabs open. So these kind of scenarios can easily be handled over here. So multiple browser tabs. So these kind of things can easily done in parallel, right? And when we talk about the performance of these scripts, so these are basically slower because they go line by line, step by step. They need to wait for the previous step to complete, so that's why they are slower. And here they are concurrent, that's why the execution of the script is faster. And when we talk about the learning, because you might be learning the playwright right now, so in terms of learning curve here, so it's easier because the syntax is easier here, so easier to understand for beginners. So if we are learning, so you might learn with this Sync API. However, if we are working on the real-time projects, the complex projects where parallel execution is required, multiple browsers are involved, multiple tabs are involved, complex scenarios are involved, in that case, you should be going with the Async API. So here, obviously, you need to understand the understanding of async, async slash await, and event loop. So these are basically the core areas. If you need to work with the async, you need to understand about the async and await. What are these things and what are the event loops? Now let's finally talk about the real-time use cases where you should use sync and async. So write real-time cases, and here are like simple test cases. If you want to automate single URL, so application is having a single URL. So these kind of the real-time scenarios you can go with the sync approach. Whereas if you want to do like testing multiple browsers, testing on multiple browsers, tabs, slash devices, or maybe if you want to go with the real time data validation, maybe in most of the application there is some background task going in parallel. So if this kind of scenario, you should go with this particular async approach. Now what I'll do is that now we have an understanding of what is sync, what is async. Now let me go to the PyCharm over here and let me show you the difference here. So basically, so far what we were doing is that we are basically using a sync API. So that's why here in this code, we haven't used the await here. However, just like I showed you earlier, there's a await keyword which needs to be added against these particular statements. So now if you want to write basically with the async approach, so you need to import the async API. So from playwright dot, so you see that we have async underscore API, and from that we need to import the page, and you see that this page is coming from async API this time, right? And similarly, expect is coming from the async API. Right now, I'm not modifying these things over here. In my upcoming tutorials, I will show you how you can write the same script in the async approach, right? So for this particular tutorial, I just want you to understand what is the difference between sync and async, and when we are working with the playwright, so when you should be using the sync and when you should not be using sync, what is the execution style, what is the coding style, what they are best for. In case of parallel execution, what is the best approach in terms of performance, learning curve, and real-time cases, so that you have a good understanding when you should use sync and async API. So in our upcoming tutorials, I will be using async, so you should be having a very good understanding of that particular script.